Smoke. While Alan Pace had the perfect inside job. He was safety inspector at Dunbar Armored, had keys, had blueprints, had schedules, knew everything. Recruited 5 childhood friends, stole $18.9 million cash, clean heist, professional execution. Then one friend kept the Home Depot receipts for the robbery equipment, saved them in a folder, like grocery coupons. FBI found receipts linking tools to heist timeline to suspects. Everyone arrested. $18 million and 24 years in prison because someone thought crime supplies qualify for product warranty returns. 1997, Los Angeles. Dunbar Armored facility. They move cash. Millions daily. From banks to ATMs to businesses, protected by guards, cameras, vaults, procedures. Not protected against the safety inspector whose literal job is finding security weaknesses. That's Alan Pace, regional safety inspector. He found weaknesses. Then instead of fixing them like his job description specified, he used them to steal $18 million. Career pivot. Pace knew everything. Camera blind spots, guard schedules, vault combinations, truck routes, cash amounts. His job gave him complete access. Legitimate keys for legitimate inspections, about to be used for extremely illegitimate asset redistribution. He had permission to be everywhere. Just not permission to leave with $18 million in duffel bags. Minor detail. He recruited 5 childhood friends, people he trusted, people who trusted him, people who apparently trusted Home Depot's return policy more than operational security. They were excited. Easy money. Inside information. Perfect plan. What could go wrong? Turns out keeping receipts for burglary tools could go wrong. Very wrong. Prison wrong. September 12, 1997. Friday night. Facility quiet. Minimal staff. Pace and crew walked in. Not broke in, walked in. Using Pace's keys like he owned the place, which technically Dunbar did, but semantics. They knew where every camera pointed. Walked through blind spots like choreographed dance. Armed choreographed dance. Very informed criminal ballet. Smoke. What's wrong? This surprised the guards. Professional. Polite. Tied them up carefully. Not too tight. Just secure. Nobody hurt. Very considerate armed robbery. Then headed to vault. Pace typed the combination he'd memorized from his safety inspection job. Door opened. Inside was more cash than expected. Way more. Mountains of it. Stacks everywhere. $18.9 million. This is retirement money. This is generational wealth. This is also evidence about to be loaded into bags purchased from Home Depot with receipts that someone would save like they were planning to return the lockpicks if the heist didn't work out. They loaded everything. Took hours. So much cash. So heavy. But motivated by 18 million motivation units, they worked like professional movers except stealing. Left. Clean escape. Guards would be found soon, but crew gone. Money gone. Perfect crime. Except the receipts. Those stayed. Filed. Organized. Waiting in someone's filing cabinet like ticking time bombs made of paper and poor decision-making. Now came the spending phase. This required intelligence, discretion, patience. They had none of these qualities. One friend immediately bought a mansion, with cash. Week after robbery. Paid briefcase money at closing. Realtors noticed. Banks noticed. FBI noticed. The entire financial system noticed. He might as well have tattooed "I just robbed Dunbar" on his forehead. Would have been subtler. Another made regular large cash deposits into his bank account. Banks report anything over $10,000. Federal law. He deposited way more. Multiple times. Banks reported every single transaction. FBI connected dots faster than kindergarten workbook. He basically called FBI himself. Saved them investigative time. But the championship mistake was the receipts. Home Depot receipts. For lockpicks, tools, duffel bags, everything purchased before the robbery. With credit cards, names on cards, addresses on file. And someone kept the receipts. Saved them. In a folder. Why? What was the plan here? Return the lockpicks after using them for armed robbery. Hi, yes, these didn't work for the heist. I'd like store credit, please. Not how returns work. Not how crime works. Not how staying out of prison works. FBI investigating large cash robbery. Following money, following patterns. Following Home Depot purchases because apparently someone submitted expense report for felony. They found unusual bulk purchases of burglary tools right before the robbery. Checked dates. Checked items. Checked purchasers. Everything matched. Perfect shopping list for armed robbery with names attached. Thank you, Home Depot. Thank you, credit cards. Thank you, whoever decided file folders are important for crime documentation. They arrested everyone. All 6. Pace and his receipt-keeping friends. Evidence was overwhelming. Inside information. Timeline. Purchases with names. Mansion guy. Deposit guy. Receipt guy. Everyone documented everything themselves. FBI didn't investigate so much as collect pre-organized evidence. Very helpful criminals. Very considerate. Very arrested. Defense attorneys saw the evidence and probably started drinking. Trial was formality. Pace got 24 years, the others 17 to 20 years each. Long sentences for money they barely enjoyed. Mansion guy got 1 month in his house before prison. Most expensive real estate decision in history. Should have kept renting. Receipt guy got decades to think about filing systems. Maybe organize prison library. Put those skills to use, since they worked so well for freedom. Most money was recovered. 11 million found. 7.9 million still missing. Probably buried somewhere, hidden somewhere, lost somewhere, like those receipts should have been. But the receipts stayed, filed, organized, betraying everyone. Compare this to actual successful criminals. They destroy everything. Burn it, trash it, leave nothing. These guys kept receipts, probably organized them by date, by store, by incrimination level, maybe kept them for tax purposes, planning to deduct robbery expenses. Equipment cost for armed heist, line item 47. Not how taxes work, not how anything works. There's a lesson about not buying mansions immediately after robberies, about not making suspicious bank deposits, about definitely not keeping receipts for crime supplies like you're planning warranty claims. But the real lesson is simpler. If you steal $18 million, maybe don't file the paperwork. Don't organize the evidence. Don't create prosecution exhibits. Just throw away the receipts. Burn them. Eat them. Anything except saving them in folders labeled How We Did the Crime, a documentary in receipt form. And that's the story of the perfect inside job, destroyed by outside retail documentation. $18.9 million stolen professionally. 24 years in prison served because someone couldn't throw away paper. Small paper. Receipt-sized paper. With names and dates and lockpicks quantity 6, printed clearly, perfect planning, perfect execution, perfect filing system. Imperfect understanding that Home Depot receipts don't have attorney-client privilege. The organizational skills that work for household budgets don't work for federal felonies. Different systems, different outcomes. They learned that lesson, in prison, for decades, while their receipts sat in evidence lockers, still organized, still filed, still snitching.